But as we talk about building a plan, and Mike and John from Honda Finance said some really great things about how to help you at your individual dealerships with lease retention and all the tools and promotional items that are available to you out there. But it takes a plan, right? It takes a process. But there's value to not planning in sales and service, isn't there? The nicest thing about not planning in selling and service is that failure comes as a complete surprise and is not preceded by a period of worry and depression. But some sales quotes here. The closest thing, in my view and judgment, to competitive sport in business is selling. I love selling. It's all about the numbers. What's the single largest contributor to your dealership's sales culture? What do you think it is? Attitude? Number one answer, leadership behavior. Leadership behavior. Show me a self-absorbed, nefarious, dishonest leader that behaves that way, and I'll show you a dysfunctional, very unmotivated organization. Because culture trumps strategy each and every time. Culture trumps strategy each and every time. Because at the end of the day, Honda sales associates or salespeople in general don't quit companies, they quit sales managers or bosses. What do you think on a percentage basis of salespeople that make their quota? 60%, according to Dave Curlin with OMG Research. According to the latest study from Forrester Research, sales go to the sales representative and the organization that gets to the opportunity first and sets the buying vision. Sets the buying vision. I'd like those odds in my dealership. I'd like those odds in Vegas. The sales professional that gets to the deal first and sets the tone, tenor, and the buying vision. Some sales stats. We get 4,000 to 6,000 messages each and every day. I think that's one of the greatest challenges for Honda sales associates, for professional salespeople in general. How do you pierce the veil of all that white noise that they're receiving? WhatsApp, social media was talked about, direct mail. I love what Coco Chanel said. You got to be different to be remembered. So there's a lot of tools to try to reach salespeople or to reach your customers. But 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. 10% of salespeople make 3 contacts. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 3% of sales are made on the second contact. 5% of sales are made on the third contact. 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. But 80% of all sales are made between the 5th and 12th contact. But trust and rapport precedes any and all sales activities. Trust and rapport precedes any and all sales activities. Just the facts. And we're here talking about lease retention. From a Harvard Business School survey, increasing customer retention rates by 5% increases profits anywhere from 25 to 95%. And how do they do that? By building trustful relationships. Because trust and rapport precedes any and all sales activities. When I was talking with Trevor and Mike as we were planning this meeting and my content, I showed them these slides, and I wanted to share this with you. Portrait of a sales organization if every sales organization were comprised of 100 reps. 32% would be millennials aged 35 or younger. 53 would have more than 10 years of experience in sales. 73 would be males. 12 would not believe their manager cares about them as a person. 14 never have scheduled one-on-one meetings with their sales managers. 20 feel like they are not being listened to by their managers. 22 do not believe they have the support of their manager. 25 are not finding value in the team meetings they attend. 45 have a manager who talks more than they listen. 58 are not using role-playing to improve their sales skills. 60 think they have a lot to learn about being a professional sales rep. But top-performing sales teams do achieve more. They have 50% belly-to-belly or longer face time with their clients. 50% more topics discussed during those customer meetings. 25% plus higher quality ratings by customers. And they enjoy a 50 to 100% higher sales, market share, and growth. What is your definition of professional selling? Anybody? What does professional selling mean to you? Anyone? I'm sorry? Under-promising and over-delivering. Good. Anyone else? I'd like to share with you now what I think it... Yes?
I was going to say professional selling would be good listening, active listening, and then carrying through with what you think your vision was.
Good, good. How about this? Selling is a process of identifying and filling customers' wants or needs and creating and articulating value to them from their perspective. Because the next few slides are going to be a little different from traditional sales training that you've heard. How much a person sells will always be consistent with their attitudes, values, and internal beliefs. Because success in sales is more about who you are than what you know. What do I mean by that? Why does one Honda sales associate with basically the same level of education, experience, and sales opportunities outsell the other by 5 or 10 times? What are the key factors that distinguish top salespeople from everyone else? I'd like to share with you now, for true behavioral change, the Honda sales associate congruence model. In the center is you, the salesperson of integrity that has high values, is a good person, high integrity, honest. Do you have an accurate view of your commitment to sales activities? Do you have an actual belief in the Honda product? I know all of you do. An accurate view of your abilities and an accurate view of selling. If there's any gaps between this sales congruency model, that creates conflict and stress that will ultimately undermine performance. But what are 4 traits of successful salespeople? What do you think they are? Anyone? Consistency. How about this? Strong goal clarity, high achievement drive, healthy emotional intelligence, and excellent social skills. And what do you think is the multiplier for sales success? Achievement drive. Achievement drive can be the multiplier of sales success. Because ultimately, where you want to be is in the upper left-hand quadrant, having a high relationship quality and a very strong and sustainable product, which you do to be a trusted advisor or partner. But ultimately, there's only 4 key questions in any deal pursuit. Is there an opportunity? Can we compete? Can we win? Is it worth winning? Is it worth winning? Because in sales, the most precious commodity Honda sales associates or anyone else in this room has is time. They're not making any more of it. Time once spent can never be recovered. Because we can't really manage time, can we? We can't look at our watch and ask it to tick slower. All we can do is manage ourselves with respect to time. What is your selling time worth? If you make $100,000 a year, every sales hour is worth about $140, $138. Now, you don't spend 100% of your time selling. There's administration, there's other things. But every selling hour worth $140. When I asked the sales professionals, trainers, speakers in my sphere of influence what was their number one sales challenge, what do you think it was? That they faced in sales and new business development. 75% said the same thing. Lead generation, aka prospecting. Lead generation or prospecting. It's a real opportunity. Have any of you heard of time blocking, where you block 15, 20, 30 minutes uninterrupted to focus solely with no interruptions to do outbound, be it social, be it email, be it looking at your leads? Because there's a full day of excuses, right, to not prospect. People are busy with meetings, they're tied up in mid-morning projects, they're going to lunch, they're planning to go home.